Hello, this is Dave, and welcome to Equity Story. I hope you all had a wonderful weekend. Let's have a quick look at the markets, and obviously this is just a general share advice and not personal advice. Um, you know what? I've got to talk about Einstein. So every Sunday, I'll go through all the stocks, and we don't hear Equity Story. I don't tend to use an automated system. I do it by vision, sight, because I always think with charts, there's so many little things of how those candles have moved and feelings. I just feel that you feel it a lot better, obviously, if you just do it the old-fashioned way, right? And that's fine. To be honest, I'm a chart nut, so I quite enjoy it. I quite enjoy what's going to turn up. But I think last week was the worst sentiment I've seen in charts since we've really ever started Equity Story. There was hardly anything that looked like looked worth buying at all. And I think what it's telling you is that it's okay to buy a bounce. It's okay to buy what you call a reversal, right? That's fine, right? But not just yet, because the market needs to do a lot more for me to feel comfortable with it. And remember, the thing about investing in the stock market, it's about getting in at the right time and not risking your money and getting in at the risky time. And I think at the moment, we just need to see, even if we start getting a little bit more excited about trending next week, that's fine, right? But we just need to see the markets look a little bit better. And like I said, there was hardly anything that looked, none of them, you can see the materials have been selling off. There's hardly any in the materials sector. I think the few that we had VEA, which was an okay chart, and you can see it sort of having a nice little move up. This is obviously in the energy sector, and we've had this one on actually for a few weeks now. It's actually done quite well for us. I think when we really got excited was that little breakout there, and since then it's actually gone for a nice little run. AMC, we liked it there, had that nice move up. My suggestion was take a profit, and guess what? It went on with it. That's fine, but it looks good now. It's broken out, and certainly I thought the price action looked pretty good. Again, there's these little pockets on there. There's sort of the coal plays, CRN, Whitehaven Coal, New Hope Coal, and then of course you've got little BCB, little Bowen Coal. Now more of a risky play, but certainly the price action is superb. And you know what? Why wouldn't you buy that? And I think it ended the week really well. I wasn't too sure Friday morning, but I think later it just closed beautifully towards the evening, and I think really set us up for a nice move. At least hopefully come up and retest somewhere under that 46 cents level. ACL, again, I'd say the second best chart I could find. Good move last week, good price action, and yes, okay, they're not going to be doing as much sort of normal COVID testing, but the world's getting back to normal. The hospitals are getting back to normal. Normal testing is coming back, and reading through their reports, they see a tremendous amount of growth. ACL do in some of the acquisitions that they've done in Queensland, and the price actually looks good. And sure enough, it's on the way and moving quite nicely. And I think this one does look like it could have at least retest somewhere just under that $6 level. CSL, poked his head up above the water. If it's a small cap, I wouldn't buy that price action. If CSL did it, I would buy it. And again, you can see obviously quite defensive, but certainly for me, I think maybe worth having a look at for a little trade up to maybe somewhere just under that 300 level. You got REG. They came out with an announcement today. It was, I wasn't that impressed with it, to be honest. It just looked like they're having a lot of headaches on size, but the markets didn't mind it. It's starting to move up, and certainly maybe could edge up a little bit more. But to be honest with you, I don't know if I'd bother really trading that one myself. I think that the standout stock was definitely Suncorp. So we know we like the dividends, so it's paying a pretty decent dividend, fully grossed up, I think just under 6%. It's not too expensive, trading roughly around 17 times. But what I like about it, I like the price action, but also I like the fact there's talk of this could be acquired. So now we're looking at it, maybe there's a number of banks they could look at Suncorp and be a nice little acquisition for them. And the share price is good, and I thought the share price looks like it could at least retest that $13 level. I was actually really interested. I put out on the hot stock, I think there was 4 brokers with around that sort of $13.5 to $14 target price on this stock. So this is why we chose as a hot stock. It's starting to tick a few boxes. You know, dividends, which are tending to do quite well in this market, not too expensive. Business is doing well. Some a good report that we put out recently with some decent growth, but and possibly acquisition interest. So it was ticking a lot of boxes. So that's why it was chosen as the hot stock. But apart from that, that's really all we had. And like I said, it's a real sign that, you know, I think the sentiment in this market, yes, we're having a bounce today, but be very, very, very careful. We just need to feel really confident to get in and trade this market. We just need to see a little bit better price action. Goodman Group came out with an announcement today, and again reaffirmed guidance. They said yes, things aren't easy out there, but they're all the protocols they put in place are handling it very, very well. And certainly, you know, okay, short term, yeah, maybe be out of it, but if you're long term holder of Goodman, I think it gives you a lot of encouragement to hold the stock, and they're just slightly up today, so looking very, very good. DVP, obviously we have to put this one back on a weekly. We're out of this one at the moment, but you know, Sulphur Springs again, they had some decent more drill results, which yeah, it's looking like obviously a very good product. NXM, you know, again, I wouldn't be buying this. It's a little gold play, just needs to do a little bit more, but they had some fairly decent shallow gold hits. They weren't, you know, they weren't too bad. You know, 7 meters at 18 G8, which is grams a ton, which isn't bad. And they had another one, so 30 meters at 8.54. So getting some good little drill results, but a little bit too soon for us to have a look. STP, step one, again, which online underwear, sort of natural fibers. It's actually a really interesting company, this one, but you can see just struggling in this environment, struggling with costs, struggling with transport issues that a lot of companies in the world have got at the moment, and pretty horrendous downgrade today and down to 22.5 cents a share. And would you be buying this one at the moment? Obviously, no, you wouldn't. I mean, it's looked terrible, hasn't it, for the last few months? But I think it just shows how difficult some of these, the sort of environment is out there at the moment, especially for some of these sort of retail stocks. XRO, again, 2 brokers, 2 more upgrades, I think around that sort of 114 level. You know, a lot of people believing, a lot of brokers believing this is oversold. But you know, when you look at that chart, would you want to buy that? Nah, just it's crazy. It's way, way too difficult, way, way too risky. And we'll just wait. And you know what will happen? It might bounce up here back to $1. It might come back here, but eventually, sometime in the next 6 months, this will bounce over trend, and that might be about $90. That might be 100. When we see that, then we'll get interested in it again. But at the moment, our advice is still to stay well away. Again, very, very, very quiet on the markets, and you know, I can't get too excited. I can't be putting obviously too many trends out at the moment and recommendations to get into stories, because I think you know, this market isn't quite ready for us yet. We'll see how it pans out towards the end of the week, and possibly towards the end of the week and beginning of next week. If we see a better market, then we might be a little bit more interested in putting a few more trends on. At the moment, obviously, a few ideas like Suncorp, ACCL, I think looks very good. I thought that chart looked excellent. The trends that we got on are holding up very, very well. But apart from that, you know, it's all about having a little bit of cash and waiting for a good opportunity to come in and buy some shares at hopefully some great prices. On that note, again, sorry about the wolf. Obviously, poor guy, it's a bit of a family issue there, but he'll be back strong and brave, maybe towards the end of the week or next week. And what I would like to say, I'll have the amazing Claude Walker with me tomorrow night on Ask the Analyst Live again. So looking forward to obviously having Claude with us tomorrow. On that note, I'd like to thank you very much and have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you. Bye-bye.